Namaste and welcome to our Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua, and for today's practice, you'll want to have quite a few props, anything like these, like 2 blocks, a strap, a blanket, and a bolster. And I invite you, if it feels appropriate in your body, to start in Hero's Pose, Virasana. You could give yourself some extra comfort by sitting on 1 or 2 blocks stacked between the ankles as you point your toes back and set your knees on the ground, no wider apart than hips distance in front of you. And as with any of our physical practice or movements and postures, if your body is not open or doesn't feel like it's appropriate to practice a particular movement or posture that I'm offering, please make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Adjust the pose, get creative with the props, or do something different. All right, so allow a moment to mentally settle into your practice, setting aside anything that is not conducive to focusing. As this book, which I've just begun reading, has become a favorite author, Zaki Lung Rinpoche. He wrote The Relaxed Mind that I was quoting a while back from, and this is his new book, The Free Mind, Finding Clarity in a Digitally Distracted World. And he brings Buddhist practices like mindfulness and meditation into how we can find balance. He's not saying get off our computers and technology, but he's talking about balance. And I wanted to share a few excerpts starting with a chapter that is called Under the Spell of Distraction. We may be moving in a direction where digital clutter, digital overuse, and digital time pressure are pushing us into uncomfortable mental and emotional environments and distracting us away from more satisfying thoughts and feelings. This is being seen more and more in children who are essentially addicted to digital activities. Dependence on their devices can narrow their focus exclusively to their own needs and desires. They can become so narcissistic as to be socially handicapped and vulnerable to depression. Adults are not immune to this. It's interesting because when you think about it, especially in our fast-moving digital world where I'm hungry or I want this, and bing, 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 just push a few buttons and there you've got the order coming on Amazon, whatever it is. And not to say that the convenience is not something I appreciate, but as we are able to do things so quickly on our whim, I want something, I need this, it does perpetuate that feeling of everything is serving us, that narcissism. It's interesting. But then he says, we have a golden opportunity to see ourselves as the app developers and advertisers see us, because they do all the research of what we're buying, with their subtle insight into some of our most intimate and hidden motivations. Here's where the yoga comes. With such insights as a basis, we can refine our self-knowledge, giving us the power to head in the direction of genuine happiness, rather than just accumulating more digital pats on the back and more stuff from Amazon, Walmart, and other major online retailers. And talks about really getting into our deepest motivation. And that is such an important part of our practice, is being honest with ourselves and practicing self-study. In Sanskrit, it's called svadhyaya. Like, why do I really want this right now? What's underneath that desire? What's underneath that? And what's underneath that? And then here is a quote by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Joy is much bigger than happiness. While happiness is often seen as being dependent on external circumstances, joy is not. Let's take a moment to see what's on your plate today as we begin our practice of self-study. Becoming aware of your physical body, maybe by closing the eyes as you start to mentally scan from one sensation calling your attention to another area in the body and to the next, with a purpose of just being aware of how your body feels in this present moment. Nothing else, no need to judge it or change it or resist it. Notice the flow of breath without controlling or changing the way you're breathing. Sensing the smoothness of your breathing, the depth, the regularity. All these qualities letting you know how your energy is right now. Become aware of the state of your mind and heart, how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Let's begin to slow the breath down, allowing a few breaths out to your mouth and inhaling slightly deeper each new breath. You might visualize where you can feel the breath move and expand in your body. As you continue to deepen your breath, call to mind someone or something that you feel gratitude for. Letting gratitude be a regular part of our practice of opening our hearts and our minds. And then begin to set your intention for this practice. As we observe ourselves and our deepest motivations that might come out in how we approach even our physical postures and movements, or might come out in how we see our train of thoughts and patterns of our minds, like when we're meditating. Consider bringing the practice of self-compassion. Truthfulness. And then after setting your intention, consider anyone that you might like to dedicate your practice to today. Letting the efforts that you put into your physical practice here be a way of sending loving kindness to somebody else. And together, let's open our practice in support of each other by chanting the sound of interconnection, Om, 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Let's begin to regulate our breathing to invite calm, focus, and balanced energy by practicing Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breath. So closing the lips, if you can, continue to breathe just through your nose, which helps to warm up the body for movement. Softly narrow the back of your throat so that you can listen to a gentle whispering sound to your breath. And as you can hear your breathing, begin to regulate it so that you're inhaling very slowly and exhaling just as slowly, balancing in and out. As you listen to a few cycles sitting still here, establish a gentle flow to the breath, a steady rhythm that we're about to move our bodies to. We're going to continue our focus on spinal twist today. So let's begin by inhaling the arms overhead as you press the pelvis down. Interlace the fingers and flip your palms inside out. Soften the shoulders down. As you exhale, side bend to your right, pressing the heels of the palms towards your right wall. Inhale, rise up through center, lengthen the spine, and exhale, side bend to the other side. A couple more rounds. Inhale up to center, stretching up and down the spine. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Last round. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Now inhale up to center, seal the palms together in prayer, and then exhale, back stroke your right arm, reach the left arm forward. Keep your pelvis still as you twist to your right, just turning the rib cage. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, maybe the palms touch as you sit taller. Exhale, back stroke the left arm, reach the right hand forward and twist to the left. Let's try a couple more rounds. Inhale, center as you root down and lengthen the spine up. Exhale, twist right, sliding the shoulders down the back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. And then inhale, center. Exhale as you trace your thumbs down the center line of your body. Listen into the breath. Let's slowly come up to stand at the front of the mat. You might want to have blocks in front of your feet as we move through our salutations. So start with your feet hips distance or wider apart, parallel to each other. Join your hands in prayer at your heart center in mountain pose, reconnecting to the energy, the feeling tone of your intention for this practice, and bringing that into how you move your body to your breath. Let's offer gratitude to the sun, beautiful source of energy with these last remaining days of summer. Surya Namaskar Si, sun salutation Si. As you breathe in, sweep your arms forward, roll your shoulders back and lift your heart. As you breathe out, hinge forward from your hips. Plant your fingertips on the earth. Inhale, step your left knee behind you to a kneeling lunge and look up. Hold your breath as you step to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, then your chest, then your chin in Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward and soften your shoulders back to Cobra. Exhale, pressing up, lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Root down to your feet, inhale, rise. Dropping your shoulders, lifting your heart. Exhale, marry your palms in prayer. Side two, inhale, sweep your arms overhead and gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow in towards the earth, Uttanasana. Lower your fingertips, inhale, step the right knee back. Kneeling lunge, gaze up. Holding your breath, step into plank. Exhale, lower knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, slide forward and draw the shoulders back in Cobra pose. Exhale, lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot beside your right thumb. Lower your left knee and look up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and fold. Rooting down, inhale, rise. Exhale, gather your palms in prayer. Moving on to sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, bow forward. Press your hands on your shins, blocks or the ground, and inhale, lengthen your spine forward to half forward fold. Carefully step to plank pose, top of a push-up. And this time as you firmen the belly, exhale, glide forward and pause halfway down, hugging your elbows towards your ribs in Chaturanga Dandasana. Then inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's separate the feet wider apart than hips distance and walk your feet forward 3 to 5 more inches closer to your hands, preparing for our next spinal twist. Lifting your right hand, catch hold of your outer left shin or ankle, and root your right heel down into the earth, keeping your 2 hips leveled. Look under your left armpit towards the sky, turning the rib cage in a twist. Soften your neck, relax your jaw and eyes. Couple more breaths. On this exhalation, lower your right hand to the front of the mat again and cross the left hand. Catching the outer right shin or ankle, root your left heel down, look under your right armpit towards the sky, and completely drop your head. Deep breaths. Set the left hand down and step up to the front of your mat, forward folds. Take a block and hug the skinniest width or the medium width between your thighs so that your knees and your feet can be spaced apart as close to your hips distance as possible. Keep your feet parallel to each other and then inhale, bend your knees into chair pose. Staying in chair, backstroke the right arm and exhale, just turn the rib cage, hugging the block, keep your legs still. Inhale, arms overhead, still in chair pose. Exhale, backstroke the left arm and twist to the left. Inhale, arms up in chair pose. Exhale, rise up, still hugging the block. Join your hands in prayer at the heart. Going a little further, inhale, chair pose. Join your hands in prayer and exhale, begin to turn your rib cage to the right. Now, option to stay here or as you continue for several more breaths. If it's available, you can hook the left elbow outside the right thigh. If you peek at your knees, make sure that they're equidistant to the front edge of your mat. Left knee is not coming forward more than the right, making sure you're stabilizing the lower back. Last 2 breaths, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Sink your hips lower than your heart. Parita Utkatasana. Twisting chair pose. On the inhale, raise your arms, come back to center in chair. Exhale, rise, hook your thumbs overhead into a standing back bend. Press the hips forward, stretch the tailbone down, and coil your chest up. Dropping the shoulder blades. One more deep breath, widening your collarbones. Exhale, back to chair pose. Inhale, hands in prayer, sink the hips in chair. Exhale to your left, begin to twist for several breaths, isolating the twist at your waistline. Optional to hug the elbow, as long as you can keep your knees each equidistant to the front edge of your mat. Last few breaths in Parita Utkatasana. Inhale back to Utkatasana. Switch the hook of your thumbs. Exhale, rise, press the hips forward, lift the heart and coil your chest up. Deep, deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold, put the block aside. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Step back or float to Chaturanga. Insert your vinyasa here at your pace. Downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg behind you. Exhale, cross the knee to tap your left outer upper arm, twisting. Step the right foot beside the right thumb. High on the ball of the left foot, inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Keeping your hips equally facing forward, bring the feeling as if you're dragging your feet towards each other without visibly moving them. And then from here, join your hands in prayer and start to lean your weight onto your right foot, creating a horizontal line with your torso and left leg, warrior three. Place your hands down on the floor or on two blocks, right beneath your shoulders, and press back to your left heel. Stay here if this is enough to challenge your balance. Otherwise, I invite you into another twist, twisting half moon pose. To enter it, keep flexing the left foot. Walk the left hand to the right until it's about 1 foot in front of your right big toe. Keep each leg in their separate lanes and use your right thumb to hook your right outer hip back while you inhale to stretch through the midline of your body. Keep your pelvis still and exhale, begin twisting to the right, possibly raising the right arm up. And if that feels really stable and you want to play with more challenge to balance, bend the left knee, catch the top of the foot with the right hand for twisting standing bow, in which you might raise the left arm forward. Tune into your breathing. Parita Ardha Chandrasana or Parita Natarajasana. Start to step back to warrior one. Back heel to the floor, deep breath in. Ride the wave of your exhale down into your vinyasa or cat-cow, back to downward dog. Deep, deep breath in. Slow, slow exhale through the nose. Find that slow and steady rhythm and let your mind rest on it. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, cross the knee to tap your outer right upper arm, twist and plank. Step the foot gently beside left thumb. Stay high on the ball of the right foot. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Squaring your hips to equally face forward. Bring the energy as if you're dragging your feet towards each other. Join your hands in prayer at the heart and start to shift into warrior three, flexing your right foot as it leaves the floor. Lower your hands on your two blocks or the ground, right beneath your shoulders, and keep your right leg solidly lifted. Each leg in their separate lane. Stay here in warrior three, or prepare to twist in twisting half moon. Take your time. There's no rush to get there. Remember how important the transition is. We talked about that in our last practice. Walking the right hand to the left until it's about 1 foot in front of your left big toe. Left thumb hooks the left outer hip back as you breathe in to stretch up and down your body. Breathing out, begin to twist to your left, possibly raising the left arm for twisting half moon, or possibly playing with the challenge of bending the right knee and catching the top of the foot with the left hand and kicking it away as you raise the right arm and twisting standing bow or twisting dancer pose, Parita Natarajasana. Whatever posture you're in, tune into a couple more breaths. Then eventually step back gently into warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Let in a deep breath. Ride the exhalation into your last version of your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Notice your physical body. Notice your energy through the quality of your breath. Notice your mind and emotional state. Bringing that practice of svadhyaya, self-study. Bend your knees, look forward, and empty the breath. Then walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, Urdhva Hastasana, rising all the way up. Exhale, join your hands in prayer in mountain pose. Pausing here for a couple deep breaths. And staying aware of your breathing, please come on down to sit. Grab a block, place it off to the side near the back of your mat, and let's come on down to our backs. Bending your knees, separate your feet about hips width apart, parallel, and bring your arms down by your sides. Slide your feet back until you could almost touch your heels with your fingertips, but not quite. Then placing the block, lift your hips, place the block wide across your mat, underneath the flat part of your lower back. Make sure it's not too high up towards your rib cage or too low towards the bottom of your glutes, but it's comfortably and stably supporting you. Now, this is supported bridge pose, helping to open up the fronts of your hips and thighs, your chest, fronts of your shoulders. If you need a bit more to open that up, then you could tilt your block to the second level height, maybe even to the third level height, or you could stack a couple of blocks. Then once you've adjusted the height that you're going to stay in for the next 3 minutes, let your arms rest really close to your sides and turn your palms to face up by rotating your shoulders back. Grounding the backs of your shoulders, tilt your chin slightly back to open your throat and invite ease of breath. Sense that as you spread your toes, your feet are rooting down equally through the four corners of each. Your thighs are parallel to each other. And then bring your awareness back to wherever in your body you can most easily observe the breath coming in and coming out. Let your mind rest there. Listen to a couple more slow breaths. And after, gently remove the block from beneath your body and slowly lower your spine and pelvis. And just let the pelvis rest on the ground for a few breaths. Observe how your body is responding after that asana, which is a restorative version of Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Now from your right hip socket, rotate your right thigh externally, flexing your right foot, cross the ankle over your left thigh like a figure four. Keep your left foot on the ground with your right hand beside the crease of your right hip. Gently splay your right thigh open, relaxing your head and shoulders down. Notice what sensations you're experiencing here. If you'd like to explore deeper, thread your right hand between your thighs and take hold of your left thigh or shin with two hands, gently bringing the left leg closer. As you continue to splay your right thigh open, thread the needle. Notice what sensations are here if you've come to this posture. If you're in thread the needle and your right calf is horizontally in front of your chest, right? Your thigh is completely turned out to the right, and your calf is less than 5 inches from your chest, then you could either hook your two forearms under your right calf or cradle the sole of your right foot and your right knee between the crooks of your elbows like you're carrying a baby, and straighten your left leg flat on the ground. Continue to flex your right foot, and let's be here for a couple more minutes. And whatever version of hip opener you've listened to your body to go to. And with your next exhalation, begin to stretch both legs flat on the ground. And pause as you lie still for a few breaths, observing the effects of that posture. Slowly bending both knees, step your feet on the ground. Then from your left hip socket, turn out your left thigh as you flex your left foot, crossing the left ankle over your right thigh like a figure four shape. Keep your right foot on the ground, and with your left hand near the crease of your left hip, press away your left thigh to splay it open. Continue to relax your head and shoulders down. A few deep breaths here, at least. Notice what sensations you're experiencing. Ask your body if it wants you to be in this version of the hip opener or to explore thread the needle. If the latter, thread your left hand between your thighs and catch hold of your right leg with two hands. Slowly bring it towards you while still splaying the left thigh open. Observe what you're sensing here. If your left shin is completely horizontal in front of your chest and it's less than 5 inches close to your chest, consider supine single pigeon, where you hook your forearms under the calf or you cradle the sole of your left foot and your left knee between the crooks of your elbows while still flexing your left foot, and straighten your right leg flat on the ground. And we're going to be in whatever posture you're in now for the next 2 minutes. Keep listening to your breath and your body. And then gently slide your left leg flat on the floor. Come back down to corpse pose and pause and observe. Do you notice any difference in what you feel in your body or elsewhere? And from here, draw your bent knees together into your chest, preparing for a supine spinal twist. Either keeping your legs side by side, or for a deeper version of the twist, wrap your right leg over the left, like eagle pose. Slide your hips towards the right edge of your mat and open your right arm wide on the ground. You might turn your head to face your right shoulder to stretch your neck, Lift your feet and slowly drop your knees to your left, keeping the right shoulder grounded. If needed, catch your legs with any of your props. And we're going to be here for the next 3 minutes before we switch sides. One more deep breath where you are. And as you exhale, gently unwind onto your back. Stretch the legs flat on the ground again. And pause before we go to the second side. Just observe your body unwind from that twist and notice anything you might feel different in your body right now, or energetically, or emotionally. Let's take our time transitioning to side two. Bending both knees, slide your hips towards the left edge of your mat. Open your left arm wide and grounding the shoulder, maybe gaze past it to stretch your neck. If you wrapped your right leg on top of the left for the first side, consider wrapping the left leg on top here, if that's available. Then lifting your feet, slowly drop your knees to the right, maybe catching your legs with props to help keep the left shoulder grounded if it starts to rise. All right, here we are for 3 minutes. Deep breaths. more deep breath. As you exhale, very gradually unravel onto your back and stretch the legs onto the ground. Rest in corpse pose for a few breaths and observe. And from here, draw your bent knees towards your chest. Rock a little side to side, eventually turning over to one side to slowly press yourself up to sit with both legs straight in front of you for Paschimottanasana, seated forward folds. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. You could use a strap around the balls of your feet to help relax the shoulders down if they tend to round. You could sit on a folded blanket to help lengthen the spine if the back tends to round. Flex your feet, hips width apart, and press your insteps forward. Then press down to your sitting bones as you inhale to stretch your spine up, relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, a little bit of your range fold forward from your hips. Pause as you breathe in to root down through the pelvis and stretch the spine a little longer. Consider folding deeper as you breathe out, only if you can keep your neck relaxed, long, shoulders relaxed, for a few more breaths. Pressing down to your pelvis, lead with your chest and inhale to slowly rise all the way up. All right, we have one more pranayama to practice, but I'm going to invite you to lie down for the practice. So go ahead and set yourself up in your final resting pose using any of your props to offer your body comfort in being still and relaxed. For example, you could put your pillow underneath the backs of your knees like this to support your lower back. You could place the weight of a folded blanket over your pelvis to support feeling grounded. You could close your eyes and place a strap over your eyelids to support tuning inward. So take the time to adjust your body in corpse pose so that you feel a general sense of symmetry along the left and right halves of your body. Shoulders are relaxed, down away from the neck. Chest is open. Neck is long in the back and the front. Let your feet splay apart a little wider than hips distance. And then close your eyes. Let's take a moment to scan the body, sensing that your eyes and the muscles surrounding them are relaxed, feeling that your tongue and mouth are soft, sensing that your belly is soft, your pelvic floor is relaxed, feeling that your two palms are very soft, your feet, bottoms of your feet are relaxed. And then bring your awareness back to your breath. I'll invite you into a simple breathing technique that helps to invite even more relaxation to your mind, your body, your nervous system. It's called Samavriti Pranayama, which means box breathing. And it's done by closing the lips and breathing very softly and sustained through the nose. We'll inhale for a count of 4, hold the breath in for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold the breath out for a count of 4. And that's one cycle. And then I'll invite you to practice 3 cycles together, and then 3 cycles on your own before letting go of controlling the breath and observing how you feel after. So let's prepare to practice Samavriti Pranayama by letting a deep breath through your nose. Imagine breathing into your whole body, fill it up. And then open the mouth with a sigh, clear it out. Close the mouth. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Continue on your own for 3 more cycles. Taking your time when you have finished, letting go of controlling the breath, notice anything you feel. As you continue to breathe naturally, let each exhalation invite you deeper and deeper into the stillness and peace and joy that is innately within you. As you keep your eyes closed, still resting in Shavasana, notice how your body is feeling now. Little by little, begin to move the way your body wants to start waking up. Ease into simple stretches. And gradually turn over onto your right side, resting your head for a few moments. As you pause there, notice the quality of your breathing. Notice how your energy feels now. And as you feel ready, begin to lift your body up, finding a comfortable way to sit to begin our 10 minutes of guided meditation. Find a way to sit that allows you to feel grounded, alert, and relaxed. You might also posture your hands in a mudra that supports focusing, such as placing the hands in Gyan Mudra, palms face up on the lap, thumb and index fingers touching, or stacking the palms on the center of your lap with thumb tips touching. Close your eyes or steady a gentle downcast gaze. Start by breathing in very slowly and gently, as if breathing from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head, and exhaling from the crown of your head down your spine to the tailbone. 3 to 5 slow, gentle breaths, visualizing the inhale rise, the exhale descend along the spine. Now let the breath find a natural rhythm. And if you find it helpful to visualize the inhale rising up your spine and the exhale releasing down your spine, you could continue to visualize that as you let go of controlling the breath. Otherwise, find a place in your body to rest your inner gaze on so that you can observe the breath naturally flowing in and out. Let this be a training for your mind to steady itself on one point of focus that you've chosen. But be gentle in training your mind. If your mind starts to wander, as soon as you notice that your mind has wandered, you have awakened. See if you can relax from where you've wandered to and gently bring the mind back to the feeling of the breath, visualizing it moving up and down the spine, or resting your inner gaze on one point in the body and sensing the breath come and go. Now let's observe the kind of energy that you are focusing with through a mindful body scan. Continue to feel the breath coming and going. And bring your mind's eye to your mouth, sensing the sensations of your jaw, what's around the ears, the tongue, your lips, even noticing an expression there might be on your mouth. Even noticing if there's tension or clenching in that region. Bring an attitude of curiosity. This is self-study, svadhyaya. Any clenching lets us know that our focusing might be a bit harsh and we can be a little gentler with ourselves in how we focus. Let your inner gaze rise up to your eyes. Notice if there's an expression around your eyes, your forehead, in between your eyebrows, your cheeks. Is there a heaviness there, a scrunching? Does it feel soft, smooth, light? What is the energy in your face? Now, very gently, slide your awareness down your spine to your belly, spending a few moments inside of your belly, noticing any sensations or even subtler through felt sense, the aliveness in your belly. Does your belly feel soft? Does it feel contracted? Is there movement, vibration, pulsing? Just notice. In a longer meditation, you could take your time to continue scanning all throughout your body, really noticing if there's gripping anywhere, and seeing if you could soften any tensions, and ultimately come back to focusing on the breath with that more conscious softening of focus. So come back to your breath and bring that energy of gentleness and rest into observing the breath come and go. Our physical yoga practice of really tuning into our bodies and noticing tensions when they arise can be so insightful, letting us know the kind of energy that we're approaching anything. And as we become more and more aware of the kind of energy we're entering something, a situation, a conversation, a movement, anything, then we have more freedom to choose the kind of energy we want to enter it, that we want to give out. And this is such an important part of our practice. Notice how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. As you might bring your palms in prayer at your heart, take a moment to acknowledge someone or something that you appreciate. Then come back to your intention for your practice. And remember to whom you dedicated today's practice. Together, let's close chanting Om 3 times, sending the vibration we've co-created out into the world through our voice while integrating it within the cells of our body. Let in a deep breath. Bowing in towards your heart, honoring the light within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.